Good morning. How's everyone doing on this Thursday morning? Oh, we'll just wait a minute or two. It's awfully cold in the Catskills now in the mornings. Let's see who jumps on. Hi, Dina. I'm actually sitting here with a heater next to me, like an area heater, because that's how cold it is here already in the mornings. I'm like, oh no, winter is coming up in the mountains. It's already coming. Crazy. I'm not ready. Good morning. Okay, well that's good to hear that it's cold by you also, because I was thinking it was just me and that in the Catskills the summer is just really fleeting. I feel like there's two seasons up here. There's like summer, which kind of feels like a normal person's spring, and then just like the dead of winter for 8 months. Okay, good. That makes me feel better. Okay guys, today we are going to start in a seat. I am going to have you start in a bit of a hero's pose. So if it feels good to sit on your heels, you can sit on your heels. I know for some that's just really uncomfortable around your ankles, or if you have tightness in your knees, that might be uncomfortable. So then I suggest just grabbing a pillow or a block and placing it underneath of you. And then just rolling your shoulders back, sitting upright. Eyes are falling shut. Taking a few deep breaths in and out of your nose. Bringing fresh new oxygen in. Pressing all of the air out at the bottom of your lungs. As your breath deepens, let your shoulders drop. Keep your spine nice and tall. And then interlace your fingers behind your back. So see if you can roll those shoulders back and interlace your fingers. This is just going to create a really nice early chest opening. And then on an exhale, lean forward, folding. Now release your grip, walk your hands forward. Now you're going to be in a child's pose, okay? It's okay if you still have your block underneath of you. Reaching those arms forward, finding length in your spine. Your legs and your torso have gotten really small. Keep creeping your fingertips further forward. Now walking your fingertips over to the right side. And you're just gonna feel this side body opening on the left side. Walk your hands back through the middle and walk them over to the left side. Try and keep your bottom down on your heels or on your block, really lengthening that right side body. And then your hands are coming back to the middle. Slowly walk your hands in towards your knees and sit upright. You're coming back into your hero's pose, interlacing your fingers behind your back. Taking a few breaths right here. Now rise up onto your knees, separate your knees, just maybe hips width distance. Keep your shoulders rolled back and just move your hands to your low back. Okay, we're not going to back bend here in a full camel pose. Rather, we're just gonna keep rolling those shoulders back, lifting your chin. And we're opening up that space in your heart, in your throat. Taking a few breaths right here. Just a lot of frontal opening. And then your hands can come down onto your mat. We're now on all fours. You can shift around a little bit so that wrists are underneath of shoulders. Knees are underneath of your hips. On your next inhale, tuck your toes, lift your chest. As you exhale, untuck your spine. Untuck your toes, round your spine. Again, inhale, pull through, lifting. And exhale, round in. So because it is cold this morning, we're not gonna go super deep, which we normally don't in a sunrise, but we're gonna keep it 50, 60%, because I do recall last time I was practicing in here when it was really cold, I actually pulled something in my back. So we just want to kind of warm up. Now I want you to kick that left foot off the mat, extend your right leg long, move that left hand underneath of your nose, peel your right arm open, so you're coming into a knee down side plank. And then we're going to windmill that right arm, okay? Circles. You can go clockwise first. And then you can go counterclockwise. You can leave that right arm straight up in the air. Make sure your shoulders are stacked, so take a look down. Shoulders should be over wrist. And then lift that right foot. Push through your right heel. Keep lifting that right leg with the outside of your right leg. Reaching, lifting, breathing, and releasing. Bringing right hand, right knee down. Back to all fours, circling hips, opening spine a little bit. Okay, and then this time you're going to kick that right foot off of the mat. Right hand is directly underneath of your nose, left leg is going long. Peeling your left arm open. Shoulders are stacked, and then we're gonna go counterclockwise first here. So take that arm back towards your leg first. And you can kind of hold when you're in that full extension with arm reaching forward. So you slow down those circles, really finding length inside body. And then if you want, you can switch directions. Now going clockwise. And left arm's going to hold directly up in the air. Shoulders are stacked, right toes are tucked for balance, and left leg is lifting. You're pushing through that left heel. You're holding and breathing. You shouldn't have a ton of weight in that right wrist. Okay, so you're pushing into that right knee, right toes are tucked, lifting that left leg, and release. Left hand, left knee, come back down to the mat, and we're circling hips. Okay, downward dog is next, so tuck your toes, lift your hips, shift your weight back. As soon as you come into down dog, I want you to pedal from side to side, bending one knee, then the other knee, then both knees. Just move around a little bit in this shape. Welcome to those of you who recently jumped on. Now, this is going to be like we're skiing. So I want you to take both of your toes and turn them to the left, okay? So they're slightly angled to the left. Now, bend your knees. When you bend your knees, push into your arms. And then turn your feet to the right and bend your knees, so you're pushing away from your hands. And just do that a few times. Kind of feel like a skier. Okay, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lifting right leg into the air, bend your right knee, stack your hips, pull that right knee back. Left heel is pressing down. Now close that right knee, connected to left knee. Step your right foot just halfway up your mat. Walk your hands or hands and blocks back so that you're framing your right foot. Your right leg should be straight here. Okay, so if you have a small bend, then you're kind of losing the pose because we're really opening up backside of legs here. So grab some blocks. If you don't have blocks, just bring your hands up to your shin or your thigh, okay, so that you can really feel this opening in the back of your legs. Now bend that right knee. Return your hands to the top of your mat and just step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Left leg is lifting into the air. Bend your left knee, stack your hips, pull that knee back. So you're going to feel this in your side body. You're going to feel this opening in right across your belly, the back side of your right leg. Close that left knee, step your left foot midway up your mat, walk your hands back, and if you're close to touching the ground but not quite there, just bring your feet a little closer together and see if that helps you a little bit. There's no rule on how far apart your feet need to be in pyramid pose, but both feet should be pointing forward. It's good if you can get both heels down. And you're just breathing. Bending left knee, hands return back to the top of your mat. Step your left foot back, downward facing dog. Now, bend both knees, look between your hands. Walk your feet all the way to the top of your mat. When you get to the top of your mat, inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Soft bend in your knees. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, slide your hands down into heart center. Inhale, shoot prayer hands all the way up. Exhale, forward folds coming all the way down. Bend your knees. Step back with your left foot directly into a low lunge on the right side. Now step back with your right foot. Plank pose. Drop your knees down to the mat. Then lower chin and chest. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, just sit on your heels for a quick child's pose and right up into downward facing dog. And then again, on your inhale, you can just walk your feet, pressing each foot down on the mat, lengthening your spine. Exhale, taking that forward fold. Now bend your knees, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, slide your hands down into heart center. Inhale, shooting prayer hands up. Exhale, forward folds coming all the way down. Now bend your knees. This time start with your right foot. Take a step back with your right foot. So take that low lunge and then press your hands firmly down. Step back with your left foot. Plank pose. Taking a breath right here in plank pose and then dropping your knees and dropping chin and chest. On an inhale, belly comes down, untuck your toes, low cobra. On an exhale, sit back on your heels, child's pose. And return right into downward facing dog. Okay, bend your knees. If you'd like to, this time you can hop your way to the top of your mat. Half lift when you arrive. Exhale, take your forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, slide your hands down into heart center. Now feet together, knees together. Bend your knees, sit back, chair pose. And we're tucking tailbone here, trying not to arch back. Reaching arms forward, framing face. Breathing. Now shift weight into right foot. Take a step back with your left foot. Warrior one. Pull that right hip back. Bend into your right knee. Again, trying not to arch back here. So if you need to, use your hands to tuck that tailbone. Right? So if you feel yourself arching, which I usually feel myself, pressing into your feet, lifting out of your feet. And then bring your hands down to the mat. Step your right foot back, plank pose. If you're going for chaturanga, bend your elbows, come down halfway. Inhale, fully extend arms, upward facing dog. And exhale, tuck toes, hips high, downward facing dog. Bending knees, make your way to the top of your mat, walking or jumping. Half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep arms all the way up. Exhale, slide hands down into heart center. Inhale, sit back, chair pose. Oh, I'm almost to where I can turn my heater off. That's exciting. Keep bending your knees, keep dropping that bottom. Shifting weight into left foot. Step your right foot back. And then again, if you want to correct that spine, tuck tailbone, pull that left hip back. Press into your feet, lifting out of this pose. So reaching up towards the sky. Holding here for one more breath. And hands come down. Spin onto left toes, step your right foot back, and take your flow. Flow like you. Nothing something like getting your body moving first thing in the morning really can change your entire day. On your next inhale, bend your knees, walk or jump feet to the top of your mat. Hands come to shins or thighs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, slide your hands down into heart center. Now I want you to close your eyes here. This is a really nice spot for intention setting or just giving yourself focus. So we've gotten body a little warmed up. Maybe you're feeling good about being here, coming to class, purposeful. Now I want you to set an intention for the rest of your day. So not just for this class, for the rest of your day. So maybe it's something like, do something I don't normally do. Get 10,000 steps in. Push myself just a little further. You know, for me, it could be something as easy as like, go in, take a shower, and eat breakfast like a normal human being. Don't spend your entire day in your pajamas. It can be something funny, it doesn't matter, right? But anything that's going to make you feel good about yourself. Okay, eyes open, sit back, chair pose. Here we go. We're going to build on this sequence. Now shifting into that right foot, step your left foot back, warrior one. If you want, you can bring palms together. Really finding length in side body. Now we're opening up into warrior two. So slide that left foot back, okay? And you may have to bring your right foot back into the middle of the mat. So in warrior two, your front heel should intersect your back arch. Check in on that right knee, make sure it's not bowing to the left, and hold right here. Okay, hold right here. Bring that right arm down to that right thigh. Left arm reaches forward. Your gaze is under your left arm. You're twisting your heart and chest. And then we're coming all the way back, reversing warrior. Keeping legs, maintaining legs the entire time. Cartwheel hands down to the mat. Spin onto left toes. Stay right here in your low lunge for a moment. Maybe even shift back. Take a quick pyramid pose. Try and straighten out that right leg. Now this time our feet are really wide, so it's okay if that front leg doesn't straighten out totally. Certainly you can bring your blocks under your hands. Maybe you've lifted those right toes. Now bend your right knee, drop your left knee down to the mat. Untuck your toes, press into that right foot, Anjaneyasana. And then let's take a half split. Hands drop down, shift back, we're straightening right leg once again. Now bending right knee, hands are returning, top of mat. Tuck your left toes, step your right foot back. On your exhale, flow. Those of you who come each week, isn't this just so refreshing after 2 weeks of technical difficulties? Oh my gosh, it's so nice. I find myself not having to stare at my phone the whole time, making sure it hasn't timed out. Okay, on your next inhale, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Half lift, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping arms all the way up. Exhale, sliding hands down into heart center. Thumbs connect with heart, bringing yourself back to that intention set for the day. And then bending your knees, sitting back, coming right into chair pose. Keep reaching. Shift weight into left foot. Step your right foot back. Warrior one. Maybe palms come together. And then we're opening up. Warrior two. Reaching, keep reaching through your arms. Keep those arms nice and long and active. And just hold here. We always move right out of warrior two. Take a moment, reap the benefits of this pose. And then bring that left arm down to your left thigh. Right arm reaches forward. Gaze under that right arm. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And then reverse your warrior. Bring it back. Bring your hands down to the top of your mat. Spin onto your right toes. Now you're in a low lunge. And then we're just gonna straighten that left leg a little bit here. See if you can get those left toes to pop up. Now bending your left knee, dropping your right knee down to the mat, Anjaneyasana. Lifting your chest, feeling this in the front of your right leg, your right quad, your right hip flexor. Bring your hands down to the mat, shift back, straighten left leg, half split. Bending left knee, tucking right toes. Stepping that left foot back and moving through our flow. Now in downward facing dog, starting off bending one knee, then the other. Then bending both knees at the same time. Feel that length you get out of spine. And then turn your toes to the left. Bend both knees. Left side body, space. Turn both toes to the right. Bend both knees. Good. Right back into downward facing dog. Now we're going to walk hands and feet together. So we're coming to the center of our mat. Lengthen your spine. And then exhale, take a forward fold. Now bend your knees and reach down and grab your big toes with a yogi toe lock. So connect those first two fingers with your thumb. And then I want you to let your elbows go out like chicken wings and try and pull yourself in as you straighten your legs. Let your head drop. Okay, now I want you to release your left big toe. Bring that left hand to your left hip. And if you're nervous about coming upright here, just watch, and you can always come into a standing position and then you can re-grab, okay? So we're gonna put a soft bend into left knee, shift your weight into your left foot, and then focus, really focus here. See if you can rise up with that right foot in your hands. Knee can be totally bent when you get up. Find a drishti, find something to stare at. And maybe take that foot forward. And again, maybe you're like this, Wherever you are is totally great. Just try and keep your spine tall, okay? And if you want, you can take that right leg out to the side. Left arm can reach out to the side so you have a little balance. You can also take this pose just like this, holding your knee and then pushing your knee out to the side, okay? So it could look something like this, or it could look something like this. Okay, we're coming back around. So that leg or knee is going forward, and then you're bending that knee. And now very slowly use your core. See if you can bring it right back down. Hook your other foot, lengthen spine, exhale, forward fold. Let those elbows go out like chicken wings. Okay, release that right big toe. So now you know where you're going. So you can kind of decide if you want to come upright or if you want to try and rise up with toe in hand. So shifting weight into that right foot, soft bend in legs, and lift. Slowly, as soon as you get up, find your focal point. Fix your gaze, and then you can start to straighten out that left leg. Chest is lifted. Now take that left foot out to the side. Right arms reaching out to the right side. Hold right here, wherever you are. And then come back forward. And then come right back down. Very good. Okay, this time you're going to release your big toes. Exhale, take a forward fold. Now knees are bending. Bring your belly down onto your thighs. Reach your arms forward. So try and get that belly in line with your knee. I'm sorry, your butt in line with your knees. Okay, so drop it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Now you can either bring your hands down now to help yourself with taking a seat, or just lower yourself right down. And we're gonna come right up into a Navasana, into a boat pose. And then feet are coming together. We're creating a butterfly here. I want you to pull those feet in now. Grab a hold of those big toes again. Take an inhale to lift chest. Exhale, let those chicken wings come out. And take a forward fold. If you want to release your big toes and reach your arms forward, finding some length in your back, then you can do that also. And then you can walk your hands back in, rolling yourself up. Bring your knees together. Bring your feet down on the mat. So your feet are going to be pretty far apart. And I want you just to windshield wiper legs. So see if you can get both knees to come all the way down, okay? You might want to give that left side a push. And then right side. So you're keeping your feet nice and separate so that you can get both knees to come down. Okay, now both feet are going to be to one side. You're going to make your way up onto your knees. And we're back where we started class. Maybe you're interlacing your fingers at first, rolling those shoulders back. And then we're moving hands to low back. Keep rolling shoulders back, Lift your heart, lift your chest. If you want, you can push your hips forward here and come into a camel pose. If you want to just keep this a chest opener, then you can stay upright. Whatever you're feeling here. Okay, come back around. Counter pose, rabbit's pose, bringing the crown of your head down, not your forehead, the crown of your head. So tuck that chin and then reach back, grabbing for the outside of your feet. Feel this opening up the space in between your shoulder blades. And release, hands return to the top of your mat, downward facing dog. Okay, we're going to start a new sequence from here. On your next inhale, bend your knees, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Half lift when you arrive. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, soft bend to knees, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, slide your hands down into heart center. Bringing yourself back to intention. The intention that's sitting right there in your heart. Okay, soft bend to your knees, shifting your weight into your right foot. We're going to come into a warrior three. Hang on, I have to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. I didn't want to have to handle that in a balance pose. Okay, shifting weight into your right foot. We're going to take it right into a warrior three here. So left leg is lifting. You're leaning forward. Try and keep those left toes pointing down. Take a moment or two to really feel yourself, feel the shape of this pose. And then you're bending that right knee. Left foot's touching down at the back of your mats, and we're coming right into a high lunge. Lifting out of your high lunge. And then taking your arms back in your high lunge. Maybe interlacing your fingers behind your back. You can roll shoulders back, release pointer fingers. Hold right here. Breathing. And then release your hands down to the mat. Now, we're going to drop left knee, but I want you to bring that left knee behind your right ankle. Then take a seat on that left hip and bring yourself right into a seated spinal twist. Okay, so left elbow goes to the back side of that right knee. Your gaze is over your right shoulder here. And then come around, counter twist. Now, scooch that left foot over to the left side of your mat, just so that your feet, you're pointing forward. Keep that right foot beyond your left knee, okay? So I'm talking this, not this. This is not good for your ankle, and as soon as we lean forward, it's going to be even worse. So let that foot go beyond. It's okay. Let it just hang in space. Let this knee be kind of like sticking up in the air. That's fine. Make sure both of your hips are down. So try and press that right hip down. And you may be like, whoa, I feel this immensely in my hips right now. So you can just stay right here, okay? You may want to pull that left foot back and go a little deeper into Gomukhasana or knee stacked pose, okay? Stacked knee pose. whatever you're feeling here, if you're in Gomukhasana, maybe you want to take that chest opener because we've been really opening up heart and chest here. Or if you're in ankle to knee also. Right arm can reach down your back. Left arm can come behind your back, finding that right finger or just finding a piece of your t-shirt. Roll your shoulders back and take a deep breath right here. And if you'd like to take it into a fold, you can take it into a fold wherever you are. And then release. Arms come back. Just move your shoulders a little bit. Right hand is going to reach down. Grab right big toe wherever it is and extend that right leg out to the right side. Left foot will be touching your inner right thigh. Left arm's reaching all the way up and over. Maybe it's coming all the way down since we've done so much side body opening, and it's touching your right foot. And rise all the way up, a little counter twist. Okay, now you should be kind of in this shape. You're going to swing that right leg back, tuck your right toes, step your left foot back, and find some nice fluid transition right back into downward facing dog. Okay, pressing into hands, shifting weight back. Now walk or jump yourself back to the top of your mat. Half lift when you arrive. Exhale into a forward fold. Soft bend in your knees. Sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, slide your hands down into heart center. Take a breath or two right here. Okay, left side. First, we're starting with that warrior 3. So shifting weight into your left foot. And then slowly, soft bend in left knee at first. Slowly start to lean forward. Right toes are pointing down. The crown of your head extends forward. You're holding this beautiful shape. And then we're bending left knee, softly letting right foot drop down. Maybe you have to kind of move your feet forward and backward a little bit. And we're coming right into a high lunge. And then we're holding this shape for a moment. And then hands are coming down to the mat. Now we're going to drop right knee, but it's going to be behind your left ankle. Sit down on that right hip. Bring your right elbow to the back of your left knee and twist here. Come back around for your counter twist. And then you're going to pull that right knee over to the right side of your mat, taking either ankle to knee or taking Gomukhasana, right? Stacked knees pose. If you're taking Gomukhasana, I want you to look down and check out how far your feet are from your hips. Your feet should be equidistant. Okay, so this side, that's not really happening for me. I'm probably a little tighter in my left hip. So I'm just going to take ankle to knee here. If you have one foot really far and one foot really close, chances are your hips are not even on the mat, okay? So you could strain or pull something. So make sure that you can even out your feet. If you can, perfect. If not, just pull it back into an ankle to knee and just hang right here. Now arms are reaching up. Left arm this time is going to come down your back. Right arm is swinging around, grabbing those left fingertips, rolling your shoulders back. Taking a little breath. If you want to lean forward, again, I'm a little tighter on the side, so I'm gonna hang right here, but that's always an option. It's a good reminder to trust body, listen to body, right? Don't just push yourself to where you think you're supposed to be. Release, roll your shoulders. As we become more and more advanced practitioners and we start to look a little deeper inward, it becomes less about all these physical aspects and more about how I'm feeling internally, how this practice makes me feel. So as soon as I come into a pose, how do I feel? Immediately ask yourself, because then you're going to adjust your pose so that the answer is always, I feel great. Extend, so grab that left big toe with your left hand. Extend that left leg out to the left side, and right arm reaches up and over. And then you can rise up and take a little counter twist. Now on this side, I want you just to turn forward and slide that right knee to the upper right corner of your mat, okay? So we're gonna take this right into a half pigeon. Rotate that left hip down, okay? So if for some reason you weren't able to make this move, right? So we're right here, we pull that knee over, rotate left hip down. If that's not happening for you, just step back into down dog and slide that right knee forward, okay? So you don't wanna try and do the transition and come into a funky pose, but if you can make it happen and stay grounded, wonderful. Okay, so from right here, we're evening out hips, pulling that left hip down. If you wanna take a little block or a pillow, put it under right hip for some support, feel free to do that. And then you can come down onto forearms. Come into a reclined half pigeon. And if you want to take a twist here, you can weave your left arm. So you're going to look towards your knee. Your left arm is going to go underneath of your right arm, and your left cheek will come down. And you can extend that right arm forward, or you can even take it down your back, however deep you're looking to twist. Unweaving your arms. Now I want you just to step back through down dog in our transition here. So tucking left toes, stepping that right foot back, pedaling. And then we're just going to bring that left knee behind our left wrist. Slide right knee back. Really separate hamstrings. Take a moment upright just to feel the weight on your hips. And then you can walk arms forward and walk hands forward. If you'd like to take that twist on this side, it's right arm that's weaving underneath of left arm and your right cheek that's coming down onto the mat. Now coming up onto your hands, tucking right toes, stepping left foot back, and we're pedaling in downward facing dog. Now I want you to roll yourself all the way out into your plank pose, and then allow yourself to come all the way down onto your mat. Before you move your hands, let's take a full cobra. Press into your hands, full extension. And then let that belly come down. On your next inhale, Lift your legs and pull your arms back, locust pose, lifting arms, legs, and chest. If you'd like to interlace your fingers behind your back, release pointer fingers, get a little bit more lift, holding, breathing, and releasing. Left cheek can come down to the mat, and you're letting yourself rest and get heavy here. Okay, bringing your chin back to the mat. We're going to take one more back bend on our belly or chest opener. So this time, if you want to reach your arms forward or backward, or if you want to interlace fingers behind your back again, go right ahead and take that. On your next inhale, lift your chest, rolling shoulders back, lifting, lifting, lifting. Taking one more breath. And exhale, release. This time your right cheek is coming down to the mat. And you're letting body get heavy. Now from here, I want you just to slowly make your way onto your back. And when you arrive on your back, you're bending your knees. Your feet are pressing into the mat. On your next inhale, you're lifting hips. And again, if you want to do the fist, rolling shoulders back, getting a higher lift. Feel free. Maybe you want to shift weight into left foot and into fist. And lift your right foot into the air, your right leg. And right foot comes down, shifting weight into right foot, and lift your left leg. And bring that left leg down, and hips come down. Wrap your arms around the front of your shins. Give yourself a monster hug. Coming back to that intention set for the day. Reminding yourself how this practice and this class gave you a jump start. Right? Gave you that personal time to focus your mind. Create focus for your day. If you want to reach up and grab the pinky toe sides of your feet, come into happy baby. That's right there for you. And then we'll move into Shavasana. Allowing arms and legs to get heavy, fall onto the mat. Allow your mind and body a moment to rest, absorbing your practice. starting to wiggle fingers and toes. Nodding head yes and no. Rolling onto your right hand side. And then gently pressing yourself up into a comfortable seat. Eyes can remain closed. Bring your hands together at heart center. Bow your chin down into your chest. Thank you for being here, joining, sharing your practice, creating a community for all of us. Namaste. Okay, so before you sign off, I'll leave you with a juice recipe. I'm trying to get in a few of the really fun fruit juices before fruits are, a thing of the past and summer's ending. So today it's going to be an orange cantaloupe smoothie. So I'm going to take half of the cantaloupe and cut it into squares. And I'm going to use 2 oranges. That will change if you have smaller oranges. And I'm going to put all of those ingredients into my blender, to my Vitamix. Add some almond milk. If any of these ingredients are already cold, great. Otherwise, you might want to put a couple ice cubes in there as well. And I'm going to blend it up. If you find that this is just it's not sweet enough, add just like a teaspoon of honey and then blend it again. But if the cantaloupe is pretty ripe, it should be pretty delicious, okay? So enjoy your day, enjoy your juice. Namaste. I'll see you guys all next time. Thanks for being here.